was talking to PJ earlier, and I was showing him some of the sneakers that I was thinking about wearing, and one of the pairs that I showed him, the shoes that I'm wearing, is a pair that PJ actually doesn't have. And it is extremely hard to flex on PJ Tucker.
I woke up, I was like, let me text Bun and see what kind of shoes he wearing today. He sent me a picture, like right when I thought that he'd text me. And I was like, oh, you got Legend Summer 2s, I need those.
Yeah, but look what you got on, my goodness. For those of you that don't know, he's wearing the Colette, let me cut this off. He's wearing this Colette Air Jordan 1s. Colette was a very, very high-end and very exclusive boutique in Paris, France, and they closed a couple of years ago. And so for a few select people, they were able to receive these shoes as a farewell gift from Sarah herself.
Yeah.
And
that store, it's one of the dopest stores ever.
Ever.
Oh my God, it was like the coolest store you ever been to.
It was like Foot Locker meets Nordstrom's meets Saks,
right.
if that makes any sense.
If that makes any sense. It was super cool.
They had a cafe in there. They used to make their own candles. They had their own like Coke bottle collaboration. Everything in there was so unique. They had an amazing selection of books and different accessories as well. And I was only able to go there twice. And the first time I went, they were closed. I got to Paris at like 7:05. They closed at 7 o'clock. The second time I went, they were remodeling for a spring collection. Okay. So they were supposed to be open, but they were closed for the collection. And Mama Colette was there with the remodel. And I knocked on the door and I was like, look, I came all the way from Houston. This is the store I've always wanted to go to. I don't have to buy anything. I just want to come in. And she allowed me to come in. And we just kind of walked around. They gave us a tour of the store. And it literally is probably the greatest shopping experience I've never had.
It's crazy.
But it was an amazing store. And you're a G for that. Like, I just got to be honest. You're a G for that.
It might be my favorite Jordan 1. It might be.
I'm not mad at you. I can't think of many more Jordan 1s that are more exclusive than those.
More exclusive.
For those of you from social media, I don't know if you saw Kylie was wearing these recently.
Yep.
Kylie Jenner was wearing these. So, yeah. Who? Oh, Kylie Jenner. She's a young lady from LA that she has a cosmetics company.
Yeah. That's a good. Yeah.
You can Google her later. Yeah. You can Google her later. Well, PJ, thanks again so much. As you can see, there's so many people here that are, interested to hear from you personally about your love for sneakers. And we're going to run through a few questions, and I'm sure we can improvise a few things.
Let's do it.
The first question I'm going to ask is, what was your favorite shoe growing up? And it doesn't have to be a specific shoe, but maybe your favorite model or your favorite brand of shoe?
That's always a tough question for me because I even as a kid, it was like, it's all basketball shoes, especially early on, it was just basketball shoes. So growing up, I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. So growing up in Raleigh, Charlotte Hornets was our team and Larry Johnson was playing.
Of course.
So the grandmama thing for me was crazy. Like those first reacts was crazy. So I finally got the reacts when they first came out, and that shoe was, for me, that was like my pinnacle of like the player I was trying to be, and like emulating Larry Johnson. I had the part in the middle, the whole time. Like I really thought I was Larry Johnson. Like,
That's
real.
crazy because so many people identify themselves through their shoes.
Yeah.
And especially for young basketball players, they tend to buy the shoes of the player that they love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was Cons. I used to love those Magic Johnson Cons.
Yeah.
I wasn't even really a Laker fan. I was a Magic Johnson fan.
Yeah.
Like just how versatile he was on the court and be able to play literally every position, and you know what I'm saying, in top form. It was to watch him substitute and play center that time. It was
crazy.
It was crazy, and actually hold his man. Like Magic Johnson was an amazing person. But
I love them Cons too. Those Cons are dope.
How many of you people in here old enough to remember who Larry Johnson is?
Larry, LJ.
That's right. He used to do his sneaker commercials dressed as he was pretending to be his mom. So he would have on a wig and a dress and then go out and like slam dunk on people.
It's crazy.
It was
gold
amazing.
Teeth and the whole nine. Like,
it was amazing. But
grandma.
he was such a personality. Like he was
crazy.
such a personality in basketball. What was your first pair of shoes that you purchased on your own growing up? Like, was this something that you saved up money for because you wanted them so bad?
Yeah, that's easy. Me, my brother, and all my best friends, we left school to go cop the Concord 11s.
Wow.
I saved up for months. Like, we knew those was coming. We saved up. We got there early. Like, we was like, we had to wear them to school that day. Like, we had to be the first ones with them. So back then you stood in line. So we'd get there like 5 in the morning. Everybody out there with their moms, like moms in the car asleep. We out there camped out just waiting. Now actually it's crazy because that day we got them, we went to school, I went to lunch, and I had a soda in my lap. My soda, Mark, you laughing. My brother laughing, you remember. I had an iced tea in my lap and my boy hit the brakes and it spilled all over my shoes.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there was no sneaker protector back then.
Oh, nah, it was over. Oh, yeah. It was over.
All you had to save your sneakers was a toothbrush.
Yeah, for real. They was done.
I'm a little older than PJ, not much, maybe 2 or 3 months, but I actually saved up. I used to babysit, and I had to babysit probably for like 3 months. So I saved up because I wanted the first Jordans. I was able to actually cop. I remember copying the Jordan 1.
That's crazy.
And it was me and a good friend of mine. We would both babysit, and my mother was a private nurse, so we would babysit invalid people. So my job was basically to make sure nobody died at night.
Right.
You know,
so
as a 16-year-old kid, that was a big responsibility. But it paid good money though. Right. You know, it paid good money, and it was enough for us to save up enough money and get the sneakers that we wanted.
Dope,
I would later do it again to save up equipment. That was another thing we used to do was babysit to save equipment. And then Pimp C's mother used to own vending machines, so she had a Sam's card. This is back in 89, 1990.
Right.
She had a Sam's card, so we would take the Sam's card and we would go and buy a gang of candy and then take it to school and wait till like 6th period when everybody started getting hungry again after lunch and be like, yo, I got some M&Ms, it's gonna cost you like $1 though, you know? But yeah, so I mean, anytime you want something bad enough, you're gonna do what it takes to get it. And so
For
kids, stop bothering your parents for money, cut some grass,
do something.
do some chores. Sure. Yeah, I'm talking to you, young man.
For sure.
Do some chores. But that's something that stays with you. You know, it's like if you want something good enough, you know that you got work that you got to put in order to get to it.
For
you know?
Sure.
What excites you most about collecting shoes, and where does your obsession from sneaker collection come from?
I think for me it was like more my environment, like being from North Carolina, like growing up like Carolina, Duke, like all that. The whole basketball scene there is huge.
Right.
Like my dream was to play college basketball. It wasn't even like play NBA at first. Like when you're young, like in elementary school, like grade school, when the ACC tournament come on, every teacher, because these teachers went to these schools, so there's no work that day. Like we had the TV on watching the game. Like it's a whole thing. So growing up in that environment, grew up a Jordan fan. Like all the players that played in them schools, it's just a part of the whole the culture of that. So that brings the shoes because, you know, being around Michael Jordan's from North Carolina, like that's like that whole element. So sneakers just from day one has always been a part of my whole DNA, and like literally maybe like the same time as basketball. Like the love for both kind of came at the same time.
Were there shoes from back then as a child that you wanted that you couldn't get that as a grown up you've been able to go back and cop?
That was like the first thing. Like I was going to get everything I couldn't get before. Like so it's like that was the first beginning like of the collections, like getting all the stuff I couldn't get before. So that was like the basics. It was like, oh, I know I'm going to get those.
And what was your childhood grail?
When I was a kid, the Space Jams was everything.
Right.
Space Jams were everything. So when they first, like that first drop, like that was the samples. There was some samples out there before they dropped. Like you would see a couple pair in there, but the Space Jam 11s was like everything. Like, so we like I need a pair to hoop in and I need a pair to rock.
Right.
I need 2 pair. That's like crazy. Like getting 2 pair. Like your mom's like, nah, you bugging. I don't know what you about to do.
What would you say is the rarest shoe that you have in your collection? And is it here?
Yeah, that the purple Yeezy.
I was gonna say this is like what, 3 in existence?
3 pair in existence.
For a while, people didn't even know if that was a real shoe.
I know, I didn't either. That was the crazy thing. Like I really didn't know if it was a real shoe or not. And when the person I ended up getting them from, when he hit me, I was like, yo, stop playing with me. Like you, like seriously. He's like, no, these the ones. These is Yeezys. Like,
I've never seen him in person before either.
I was like, yo, all right. So it was like this big secret, like meet up and whole nine. Like it was like a real. The shoes, like the last pair they said went for like $100K. So everybody was like, this guy's like, yo, like he's acting like he's like CIA agent or something with him. Like he wouldn't send me no pictures. In the dark alley like, yo, I'm gonna jump out the car. Like, yo, it's crazy. So definitely this one though.
for the sneaker collectors in the room that for me, I think it's important to wear your shoes.
For sure.
So you've worn these, right?
Yes, that's my hashtag. Wear your kicks. Like every pair, I don't have a pair of shoes I have that I won't wear. Every pair of shoes, if I got them, I'm wearing them. They're sneakers. At the end of the day, I don't care how much anybody, how rare it is, what they're doing. At the end of the day, they're still sneakers. You still wear them, enjoy them, have fun with them. Don't buy them and put them on your mantle to show your friends. Wear your shoes.
That's what I say. If you want to break people off, break them off while you're wearing them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every now and then I'll pull out the Eminem 4, the Carhartt, and I'll wear them barefoot just to stun them. Just so they know I ain't never selling these shoes. These are my shoes. They ain't going nowhere. You'll never get them.
I like that. I always start doing that. That's dope.
I'm going to keep it going because I'm sure a lot of people are interested about how much you pay on shoes. Is there a limit on what you're willing to spend on a pair of shoes? Or does that depend on the shoe? Like, did you have a certain dollar amount in mind that you weren't willing to go over for this shoe?
Yeah, I was. In my mind, I was like, I'm not paying over this amount. But I was like, the more I thought about it, knowing there's really only 3 pair. Like, I did my research, hit my guy from Nike. Like, I made a bunch of calls. I got the tag. Like, I did a lot of research before you spend that kind of money. But to me, I don't know if it's a dollar amount. I don't know. That I won't spend. I don't know.
Do you have any pair of shoes that you think you might have overpaid for?
A bunch of them. A bunch. Because I wear 14. I wear 13, 14. So it's usually, if it's something pretty exclusive, the premium on those is crazy. So most of the like real exclusive pairs I gotta buy, I couldn't get for free, then yeah, I overpaid for them, bro.
But do you regret it?
No. Not one pair.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Here's the $1 million question. How many pairs of shoes would you say that you have in your collection?
I don't know. I really don't know. I get asked that question more than any question.
Do you cycle out of shoes? Like, do you have shoes that you end up like, yo, you want these? Yo, you got them.
Yeah, all the time. Like, people like, I gave a pair of shoes off my feet the other day. Like, I do all the time. It's one of those things. Like, even pulling into practice, right here is a bunch of streets. I always have 5 or 6 pair in my car, and I give them out to like homeless people while we're driving to practice. Like, I have so many shoes. It's like, yo, you ain't gonna.
Yeah, applaud that,
like,
man. Applaud
a lot of
that,
shoes.
Man.
Yeah.
I did that once. I saw a dude. He was standing outside, and his shoes like had huge, like his toes were coming out of the front of his shoes, and I had on cement 3s, and I was like, yo, this dude needs these shoes more than I do, because I can always get another pair of shoes. And I gave them to him, and no, you don't have to applaud. But I saw him like 3 days later, and he didn't have them. And I feel like somebody saw him with those shoes and probably gave him like a couple of bucks to get those shoes off his feet. You know what I'm saying?
The same thing happened to me. I got my Travis gave me the 4s, the blue ones. I had the sample pair. I gave them to somebody, to a dude. I gave it to him. Next time I seen him, he ain't had his shoes. I was like, yo, where his shoes at? He act like he ain't never seen me before.
Wow.
I was like, all right. He came up like, it's the sample pair. You gonna get those?
Yeah,
up?
no,
like,
that's great.
All right, cool.
Where do I need to stand if I want to get if I want to get a pair of shoes for PJ Tucker? You can wear them barefoot too. I don't care. I'm gonna take that shoe. Now, besides the shoes that I'm flexing with today, are there any other shoes in your collection that you don't have that you're trying to get?
The auto lace. The
which
auto
one?
lace mag. I got the other one. I need the auto lace mag.
Oh, really?
I need that one.
We're gonna change that.
I need the auto lace one.
We're gonna change that real soon. I'm gonna hook them up with those like that.
Yeah.
But that's an amazing shoe though.
That
like
shoe
just the whole
is-
I'm old enough. You know, a lot of you guys are younger than me. Not much, maybe 2-3 months. And but I remember watching like Back to the Future, and you know, and seeing that, and like, yo, I can't wait till that year comes,
Right, like-
and that shoe comes out, and you cross your finger about it, because you know, when I was little, I used to watch the Jetsons. We were supposed to be in flying cars right now. There's a lot of things.
2020,
a lot of
right?
things they told us as kids that was supposed to happen by now that didn't happen. But God bless Nike for actually creating the shoe and actually giving us an opportunity to wear shoes that lace themselves up. I think I saw somebody in here with some,
Somebody
yeah,
got some
right there in
there?
the front row. He's got some
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Adapt
the auto lace
BBs on.
joints. Yeah, that technology is crazy. I met the people that make it and do it like that. That whole technology is unbelievable.
Now, obviously, you are one of the few people who not only buy shoes and collect shoes, you actually play in the shoes that you collect.
Right.
What is your favorite, like, I would say, silhouette shoe to hoop in? And what do you think is the craziest shoe that you've actually played in an NBA game in?
I would say the Off-White one. That was, people was like, yo, what are you doing? You tripping right now? Like people.
Which the Chicago one or the
yeah, the Chicago one. The
okay.
Chicago one. When I went to LA, I swear this little kid, I thought he was gonna cry. He was like, "What are you doing?" Like he's like, what? No. He was like, I was like, it's gonna be okay, bro. It's gonna be okay. Like he was about that. He was having a fit. I was like, yo, they're sneakers. It's okay. He's like, ah.
Are there any of them that are harder to hoop in than others? Like
I switch out insoles, so like I have soles for like different soles. Like for these, I put like this thicker sole, like a custom sole in them, because they're so flimsy. They like you know Jordan 1.
Yeah, no, I destroyed though. I destroyed that
like,
shoe. Like I have it, and people look at it like, yo, what did you do?
Yeah,
like what were you thinking?
So I did like a custom sole because I knew I was gonna play in them. So I had my insole guy put a thicker sole in them so I could actually play in them. And Jordan 1s are comfortable though, so once you break them in, they were cool. So this is probably the craziest shoe I played in.
What is like the hardest shoe? Like what was the worst fit of a shoe that you hooped in? Like it's like a shoe that necessarily looks good, but isn't necessarily good to hoop in.
It's all the OG stuff. You know, like all the technology from old Jordan, like the '94 Jordan 1s,
right.
the 4s, the 3s, like any of those from
because they're lifestyle shoes,
yeah,
right?
Lifestyle. They really not basketball shoes. Really, like you can play basketball in them, but they not comfortable. So.
Right. Now, when it's time to step out in the street, what's your favorite like stylish shoe to wear? When you're talking lifestyle and you can wear anything just to flex, what's your favorite flex?
I'm a MX guy, so I do like MX Night. Like MX1 is my favorite. I got a couple thousand pair of MX1s, like literally like stacks of them. Like,
and what size are you again?
13, 14.
Yeah, no.
I got those for days.
Anybody got a size 13 foot they want to lend me? Let me get them feet after this over.
Right.
Let me get them feet.
Let me borrow them feet.
Not the shoe, just the feet.
Right.
I need his shoes, not yours. I need his shoes.
But MX1s though, it's so comfortable. I can wear them with a suit. I wear them with jeans. I wear them, to the grocery store or wherever.
And they look good. MX1 is a good looking shoe. Somebody hooped in. I think Cephalosha.
Yeah, me and him. I did this shit too.
What did he? No,
he hooped in the
90s. He hooped in the 90s tonight. But we were bugging. Me and Ralph, we were looking like, yo, he's hooping in Air Maxes tonight.
Every day. Like I used to see him do it. I used to be like, man, he don't do that every day. Now he on our team. I'm like, yo, he really do that every day.
That's crazy. I would never have thought that an Air Max, like any model, right, would have been a preferred shoe to hoop in. Like most people think of when players are hooping that they're looking for ankle support. Right. Is that a deal breaker for you?
See, not for me. I can I hooped in like MX1s. I can play in the SC joints. Like I can hoop in those. They're flat and they got grip on the bottom. Like the ankle support is like more like a big man thing, I think. Especially now, like all the Kobe's, all those are like 3/4 low top sneakers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah, you can hoop in.
Even the KDs and stuff like that. They're all
it's a lot of low cut shoes, and most people prefer them now. Like even bigs, a lot of big guys wear like real like guard shoes now. Most of the time.
No, not to give away your plug or whatever, but where do you tend to get most of your shoes from?
You say, no, you.
No, but do you have
asking his question? That's not his question because he would not answer that question either. I'm gonna turn the.
But I mean, in terms of stores, I'm not gonna ask for your back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like your low key back alley FBI plug or whatever.
I go to the same stores everybody else go to. I be telling people like they be thinking like I just got this secret store that only I know about. Like no, I go to the same stores. Like I'm in the mall. I go to Galleria, go to Foot Locker, House of Hoops. I go everywhere.
What's your favorite store to shop in, though? I mean, everybody knows the Stadium Goods, the Flight Club, Urban Necessities.
You're going to get hit over. Those are the stores that's going to crack you. See, so you got to become friends with those guys so you can get over the cost.
Right.
But a lot of consignment stores around the country is usually who I go to most, like, out of anybody. Because you can really like buy collections or I buy a couple pair and then the guy at the store's like, yo, this dude that came up here got all the sizes. I'm like, oh, he got all of them. I'm like, all right, call him, tell him I want all of them. He like, all right, cool. He'll call me back like, yo, he gonna meet us. All right, cool, he gonna meet us. He show up, some little like 17-year-old kid with all these size 14s. I'm like, yo, what are you doing with these shoes?
Right.
It's unbelievable.
There's never people who wear size 14s that are selling size 14s.
No, he's like this little Asian kid. I was like, yo, he's like, yeah.
And they're like a size 7.
Yeah, he's like every bit of a size 6,
You can put 2 of your feet in this one shoe. What are you doing with this shoe?
Yo, he every bit of a 7 with all these size 14 shoes. Like, where you get them? He's like, yeah.
He ain't giving up his plug either.
Nah, where that money at?
That's crazy.
Right.
You recently re-signed a deal with Nike. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
More money. So is this just a flex deal, or can we see an Air PJ in the future?
Honestly, I've never wanted my own shoe. I think it's cool for James, LeBron, like guys that have their own shoe, consistently wear the same shoe all the time. I couldn't do it. I couldn't wear the same shoe every day. There's no way I could do it.
Well, obviously, because you got thousands of pairs of Air Max that you're not giving me. So
right, no, but it's the thing. The promotion of having to wear different colorways and this to that. Like you gotta follow certain kind of guidelines when you do that. And I've been blessed enough and be the only player that can be under Nike under contract and be able to wear any shoes I want. Like nobody else gets to do that. So that opportunity for me is everything. I got some stuff coming out with some collaborations where I did an Air Max 1, an Air Force, and some other stuff. So look for it. It's coming in the stores.
That's what we want to hear, right? That Air PJ. That's what we want to cop.
For sure.
What do you like? This is a personal question. What do you like talking about more, basketball or sneakers?
Sneakers is a hobby. I love sneakers. I love playing basketball, but it's my job. But I love it. Okay, but I deal with sneakers every day. There's no day I don't go by that.
When you're in the off season,
right? Not a day goes by, off season, in season, where I'm not either buying some shoes or having my brother go to the house and move some stuff and bring this and bring that. He goes to the sneaker house to go get shoes all the time. So I be on the road. I'm like, yo, go grab these and send them.
The sneaker house, ladies and gentlemen.
I definitely just said that.
I'm going to draw a conclusion from that and assume that PJ has a house that just holds all his sneakers. Maybe an apartment, not necessarily a house. Maybe an apartment.
What's the address?
All right, so, and this is another Bun B question. You're trapped on a desert island. You can only have 5 pair of sneakers with you for the rest of your life. What are those 5 sneakers? This is a heavy question for the people in the audience.
I know, this is heavy. For anybody, you know what, honestly, it'll be super regular stuff. My answer would be so regular. A pair of Chicago Jordan 1s, a pair of classic neon Air Max 98s.
Of course.
That might be my favorite shoe ever. Probably, I need that mag with me. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably the only exclusive
just in case something happens to your hands on the island. You burn your hands in the fire like Survivor. You need an auto lace shoe.
I will go with some Kith. I'll go with some Kith Asics. Some of the Ronnie Fleck joints.
Nice.
For sure. His ASIC collection is crazy. I love those.
That's a good choice. That's actually a good choice.
And for the last one, I do
Make it count.
I do a 999, maybe a Kennedy 999.
New Balance. Oh, the Kennedy.
Yeah.
My man Frank the Butcher designed
Butcher
those.
did those, yeah.
I got those early. I felt like I was in the in crowd when I got that shoe. Right?
Anybody got that shoe was like, oh yeah, I'm in for sure. I got those. Those is flavor. I love those.
That's crazy. Isn't it cool to be able to have this side of your life to share with your fans? Obviously everybody here loves their Houston Rockets and they love what you contribute to the team, but they also are able to bond with you over your personal hobby. Isn't that a cool thing to have with your fans?
Yeah, no, it is. It's something that honestly,
because you could be a fan of $1 million watches, right?
Right, yeah.
This this room would be a little bit emptier.
Right. It's 3 people. Yeah, no, for sure. Because it's something with sneakers. Always say it's something that brings people together no matter what. So no matter where you're from, what race, color, creed you are, sneakers, the sneaker community, it's always love. It's always a bunch of guys that really, at the end of the day, just love shoes. And that to me is the core. The core of it is everything. No matter how much, how many shoes you got, how big or small your collection is, just the love of shoes and being able to sit down and talk about them together and be on the same accord is everything.
I love how, as a sneakerhead, you can walk in a room with people that you've never seen before, you know, that you don't know from Adam, but then they can look at your shoes and you can look at their shoes, and you guys already know you have a culture in common.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's why these people love you so much. You know what I'm saying? It's because they know that even though they're a fan and maybe they could never, you know, play basketball as good as you, they might be able to actually flex on you one day if they catch, if they come out with the right kicks on.
That is the number. Anybody know they gonna see me, they be trying to flex on me every time. Yo, I was at HEB, no lie. I was at
Present
HEB.
company included.
Look,
Present
see,
company
yeah,
included.
you too. I was at HEB. Real story. It's like midnight. It's this kid in the aisle with me. I see the kid, he sees me. I didn't even look at his shoes. I had on some UGG house shoes. I literally was going to HEB, coming home. I was not, listen, quick trip. This kid walked past me, looked back, turned around. He's like, "You PJ Tucker?" I said, "Yeah." He said, looked at my shoes. He was like, "Nah," and walked off. I was like, what? Like,
that is classic.
Yo, I ain't one of those Uggs since, though. I ain't just trash. Like, he's like, yo, he looked me up and like over his shoulder like, nah, that ain't him. You lying. No way he wearing them joints.
So somebody caught you slipping. I'm gonna have to remember that the next time I go to HEB. I gotta lace up. One last question, as not just a sneaker fan, but as a Rockets fan, as you look over at the 2 trophies from '94 and '95.
Yeah.
How important is it for y'all to bring us that 3rd trophy?
Man, you know what? We've been, last 3 years, we've been right there. Right? So it's like the fixing this, that, and the third, going through everything, going through injuries, all the stuff. Now it's like the process of the season is like, all right, let's get to the playoffs and get it on, because we know what we can do and be in that position. And now this year is wide open. Like, there's anybody, it's there for the taking. Like, this year it's gonna be crazy. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready to get to the playoffs.
As a fan and a sneakerhead, I can't wait to see what kind of shoe Nike would make for you if you got a chip. If you could design your championship sneaker, what would it look like? Like, what model would you like if you won the chip? Like, what shoe would you want to be like your champion shoe?
It'll be like, it gotta be gold.
Is it gold like the?
For sure, no doubt. It's like some
not liquid metal gold, but like what?
Yeah, like some like really gold, like some gold.
Would you take them if UGG made them for you?
No.
Yo, Chris, is Chris still in here?
Yeah, I got you here.
Chris, is it all right if we let a couple of people
ask
a question?
Yeah, let's get a couple of questions from the audience. If you can, right here, this young man right here. Stand up.
No, come on, get your Phil Donahue on. Get a kid in mic.
What's the most expensive shoe you have?
The most expensive?
Yeah.
Is that purple Yeezy is the most expensive for sure.
How often do you let good friends like myself borrow those kind of shoes?
That's a great question.
Do you remember a pair of shoes that you scored the most points with or had the best game ever? Do you remember what shoes you were wearing?
That's a good question. I don't. Those.
Can you go to the sneaker house and find out?
I don't associate like good games with my sneakers like that. Like, for me, I never really care about my stats or whatever. It's just about winning. So the shoes don't really matter. Just get the dub.
I like that.
Got this young lady right here.
When your team lost the game today, how did you feel? And did the certain sneakers you were wearing kind of disappoint you?
I am never wearing the sneakers I wore tonight again. I promise you. Those sneakers are getting burned right now. Never again.
Size 13, King. I see you.
What though?
Do you have a pair of TED Talk Jordan 1s?
I have a pair of TED Talk Jordan 1s.
I've never seen those on feet before.
You never seen them on feet?
Not on feet.
All those TED Talk Jones are
Hey,
dope.
PJ, can I get your green Nikes you wore tonight?
Gray? What I wore? I don't even remember what gray?
They're green.
Oh,
Green.
the green ones. Yeah. Those are burned. I just told you. Those are done, man.
In this year's playoffs, we know you're going to hit a game 3. We know you're going to hit a winning 3 in game 7. to win a playoff series for us. When you do that, can you please give us the Mario Ellie kiss of death?
Oh my God,
Can you
that
do
is
that?
the number one thing people be saying.
Of course.
Everybody want to see Mario Ellie kiss.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't they though? You know, that makes sense.
What's the least expensive pair of shoes you got?
The lease?
The Uggs.
Oh, them joints like $200, man. Them joints like $200, bro. You tripping?
Oh, you got them Tom Brady Uggs, them
the
real
fur
Uggs.
inside. Them joints come, man. I'm old, man. Just regular MX1s. Them joints be like $60, $69.99, man. 69? Oh yeah, this ain't the game for you.
Yeah.
This game is bad, then.
One more question.
All right, last
Got
one.
one more?
Last one right here.
All right.
How's it going, PJ? What's your favorite UGK song?
Oh wow.
Ooh.
You got put on the spot, bro.
I did. International players, I can't.
I'll take that.
Like you, I'm not.
PJ, thank you so much for doing this, man. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys.
I know you
Thanks
guys
for
appreciate
coming,
it. Make
man.
some noise for
Thank you
PJ
so much.
Tucker.
Appreciate it. For real.
Go Rockets, right? Yeah.